All you gotta do is look cute. Yeah, but think about how much weight you gained since the beginning of your relationship and how much weight he gained. He didn't gain nothing. He been playing basketball with his homeboys. He still been hitting the gym. He ain't been eating like you. But you got big. Don't let him let you get big. Don't let him let you get big. Don't let him let you get big. He gonna say, I love you any way you are. Whatever you do to get him, gotta do to keep him. He gonna say, I love you any way you are. But then when you go look at his likes on Instagram, they don't look like you. Don't let him let you get big. Yeah, Courtney. Yeah, Courtney. You know, I am so blessed. I just been really thankful to God. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm so thankful. Y'all got fat together? Brian, that's how you're supposed to do it. If he's gonna get you big, make him big too. If he's making you get big, make him get big too. Yeah, so both of y'all gotta work on getting the weight off. Do not let him let you get big. He didn't get big. See, Leela, I told you. He didn't get big. You better slow down.
How we lost 154 pounds with no loose skin. So when we started, we looked like this. This is everything we did to prevent it, and this is how you can too. One is lose weight at a steady rate and don't cut your deficit too low. Aim to safely lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Okay, so number 2 is strength training. Building muscle provides structural support to the skin. We have done body pump for over 3 years now. Supplement collagen and omega-3 to promote collagen production. We've done this at the start of our weight loss journey and we can definitely say it works for us. Okay, so stay hydrated. So drinking water is crucial for maintaining skin elasticity and hydration. We drink 3 liters a day. Minimize sugar intake. Excessive sugar can break down collagen, which is crucial for tired skin. Okay, of course have sugar, but everything in moderation. While lifestyle changes definitely do help prevention, genetics do play a big role in this, so don't be disheartened if you struggle with it.
If you want to lose fat but you're afraid of loose skin, watch this video. I used to be 225 pounds and I wanted to get to 150 pounds really quickly because that's the number that I thought I needed to be to look like Amber Rose. I know she was just my body goals. I read an article where we are about the same height and that was the weight she was. So I assumed that if I wanted to look like her, I just needed to get to her weight. So I did keto, fasting, juicing, and excessive cardio, and in a matter of months, I got down to 150. But I did not look like Amber Rose. Instead, I looked deflated, busted, like a balloon that had been popped with excess skin. So what happened to me was weight loss, and that's probably what is going to happen to you unless you watch this video. What I liked about Amber Rose was not the weight on her scale, but actually her body fat percentage. I liked the fact that her arms were nice and that her stomach was flat and that her butt was great. None of that has anything to do with the number on the scale. It's all about what body fat percentage you are, how much fat versus how much muscle you are inside of your body. So while I was laser focused on losing weight quickly, I didn't know that meant I was losing a combination of fat and muscle. So follow me. Weight loss is fat and muscle, and that's what you do not want. Versus fat loss is when you just lose the fat that's covering up the muscle underneath to bring out that beautiful shape. So of course, after my extreme dieting, I gained the weight back. Damn near everyone who loses weight gains it back. It's not sustainable. And then after that, I learned the importance of building muscle. So I know we're talking about fat loss, but how you actually get fat loss is by prioritizing building muscle. If you build muscle, you will lose fat as a result of it. Take my arms, for example. I used to have auntie arms. They were big. And if I would have lost weight, I would have been left with saggy skin. But instead, I focused on building muscle. Building muscle, shoulders, biceps, triceps, all these good things is what fills up the skin underneath so your body doesn't sag. Now, this is not something that means you will have absolutely no excess skin, especially the higher your body fat percentage is. However, this is something that you can really try to minimize. I've lost 80 pounds of fat, and if you ask me, I don't have any excess skin, even between my legs where I was definitely the thickest. So instead of trying to lose weight by under eating, doing those extreme diets, keto, fasting, juicing, Manjaro, Ozempic, and instead of trying to cardio your way to weight loss, 12, 3, 30, 2 hours of cardio, 2 workouts a day, I just want you to focus on building muscle. And how you truly focus on building muscle, it's done in 4 steps: stress, rest, recovery, and adaptation. But how you do that is by eating the amount of calories that your body can burn, or eating kind of at maintenance or a little bit under maintenance.
If you can touch the wall like this 100 times every day, then your upper abs will be very defined. If you can touch the sides like this 100 times every day, then your obliques will be very defined. If you can alternate your elbows left and right like this 100 times every day, then your V-line will be very defined. If you can touch the thighs of your elbows like this 100 times every day, then your lower abs will be very defined.
Things no one tells you when you go from a size 6 16 to a size 0. If you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Gabby and I've lost over 85 pounds. For reference, this is my before and this is my after. The first thing is that people treat you a lot differently once you lose the weight. As shitty as that sounds, it's true. When I was fat and overweight, I wasn't as respected, my opinions didn't matter, people weren't kind to me. Overall, I was just treated a lot shittier when I was overweight. Reality check. Skinny privilege is a thing. Now that I've lost all the weight, I feel like my voice actually matters and it's actually heard. People are a lot kinder. Overall, I get more respect. The next thing is that there will be days where you still feel like the fat girl. There's days that I wake up and I look in the mirror and I can see my past self before I lost all the weight. Even in certain situations, regardless of losing all of the weight, I still feel like the fat girl sometimes. People will remember you as the fat girl. There's been people I haven't seen for years and years and years and that haven't seen me currently and I'm still referred to and remembered as the fat girl. The next thing is that losing weight does not solve all of your problems. I vividly remember when I used to always tell myself if I was just skinny, if I just lost this weight, I'd be happy. I would have nothing to worry about. I'd have no problems. That is the furthest thing from the fucking truth. Yes, losing the weight has helped tremendously with self-confidence and happiness in that aspect. If you're not happy with yourself overall in every aspect of your life, then losing weight isn't going to fix all of those problems. The next thing is you will lose weight in places that you did not expect. The reason for this is because you cannot spot treat fat loss. So of course, one of the first places I lost my weight was my chest. I used to have C cups, now I have A. Along with that, you will need a new wardrobe, and I'm not just talking about clothes. I'm talking about clothes, jewelry, shoes, everything. Before I started my weight loss journey, my ring size was a 10. Now that I've lost all of that weight, my ring size is a 5.5 to a 6. On top of that, shoes was a big one for me. My shoe size before I started losing weight was a 10.5. I'm currently a 6.5. For the longest time, I thought I just had wide feet. Turns out I was just fucking fat. Another thing is you're gonna gravitate to people that have similar lifestyles and similar goals. What I mean by this is when you start your weight loss journey, 9 times out of 10, your friend group is not going to be on the same track as you. They're not going to have like the same lifestyle or the same goals in mind, meaning that they're going to live differently than you do. At least for me, I felt a little left out because I was like, how come nobody else understands what I'm trying to do or understands why I make the decisions I make? That then led me to start making friends at the gym just because I felt like they understood me. And online as well. Social media is a big thing. There's so many people that are like you. You're not the only one trying to start your weight loss journey.
Here are 5 weight loss tips that have helped me lose the weight because this was the most hardest thing in my life. I do not wish this upon nobody, even my worst enemies. I am not interested in losing 100 pounds again. It's just, I'm sorry, it's not for me. So tip number 1, drink water. Drink water. It was very hard for me to drink water. Till this day, it's so hard for me to drink water, but I forced myself. I add electrolytes to it to make it more tasty. I will fill up a Stanley cup twice a day, and that will be enough because that is equivalent to 2 liters. I also find it easy for me to drink water when I'm on the treadmill walking. So I just find certain hacks for me to force myself to drink water. I also will drink 0 sugar drinks, coffees, matchas, like all those things will also add up to my liquid intake. So it still counts. So yeah, half a gallon water minimum. Tip number 2, walk everywhere. Walking is literally the key. Is what shed off all my fat. 10k steps minimum, but if you're already doing 10k steps and you're still not seeing any change, then up it. I do minimum now 20k, sometimes even 30k. The other day I did 40k and it's fun, it can definitely be hard, but just find ways to add walking into your daily routine. Walk to the grocery store, take the steps instead of the elevator, little things like that throughout the whole day. It's going to add up and you will see the biggest change. Walking is so crucial. Tip number 3, go to sleep. 8 hours of sleep is so required. I never knew how important sleep was. When you're sleeping for those 8 hours, you're literally giving your body the rest that it needs. Also, you're not eating for 8 hours, so you're fasting. So it's literally, but I try to sleep like 10 hours because, it just gives me more time for my body to just digest the food.
You're gonna lose the weight. You're gonna be just fine. I've lost 80 pounds, and let me tell you this. You can drive miles and miles and miles and miles and miles, hundreds of thousands of miles in the wrong direction. You can turn around, baby. You can turn it around. The reason that so many people do not make the change and really, truly, truly start their weight loss journey is because they feel like they're too far gone. And I'm here to tell you, as somebody who's lost a substantial amount of weight and has gained weight and lost weight in the whole shebang, just like everybody else, you can lose the weight. You can turn it around. There is no amount of damage that you have done that is just so far gone, you can't get to your dream body, you can't reach your goals. No. I don't care if you've been heavier your whole life or you've been in a body your whole life that you absolutely despise. It does not always have to be like that. You have to turn it around. Turn the car around. Turn it around. Right now, you're angry with yourself, so you keep driving in the same direction. You're like, I'm angry. There's nothing I can do. You're loathing. You need to realize that you are in 100% control of your body and what you want in this life. Turn it around and know that you will reach the destination that you want to. You just got to switch things up, okay? Switch it up.
And before you blame your hormones, your insulin levels, your PCOS on the reason why you can't drop body fat and or lose weight, I want you to listen up to my top 7 tips, and I want you to do these things over the course of the next 3 months. Yes, it's August, September. By October, Halloween, you can be a different person. You can work against the things that are set to push you back. You can work against it. You can fight against it. And I can promise you, you can come out of that. So listen all the way up, sis. Top 7. Now, mind you, because you probably have not done these things before, it may seem like extreme measures, but these are the things that you need to be doing to ensure that you are putting the work in on your own, so you ain't got to take no medicine, so you ain't got to do no extra rah-rah, but move your body, eat according to your goals, and make sure you're getting to results this year. Number 1, and probably the most difficult part for most, you got to start tracking every single thing you eat with a food scale, not guesstimating. We're not saying I had about this or about that. No, you got some shit against you. You got to put the work in so you can know what your body needs and how your body can perform at its best. So I need you to get a food scale, whether that's on TikTok or Amazon. Grab the food scale, weigh everything out. My meats, I like to do in ounces. Everything else, I like to do in grams. Keep it super simple. It should not be hard, but you have to be consistent every single day, even the weekends. Log it all. Everything, even the little drinks you have, whatever you put in your mouth, whatever touches your mouth needs to be logged. That's number 1. Number 2, let's normalize going to bed at night. Listen, if you're staying up, it's probably the reason why you are not getting to those fat loss goals. You probably overeating late at night, over consuming. You should be sleep, getting proper rest. Let's aim for 10 p.m. And listen, I know we got kids. We want to settle down after work, all the extra rah-rah. Fix your schedule, because you need sleep, you need rest to recover well so that you can get to these fat loss goals and you can perform at your very best self. Go to bed. Number 3, and the part that most people undermine because it's such a small step, is to get to stepping. Let's focus on routinely getting at least 8,000 steps per day. Y'all know me, I go for 20, but I've been doing this for a while. You need 8. I would like 10, but at for sure, 8 every single day. 10,000 calories per day burns an extra 300 to 400 calories per day. Do that for 30 days straight. That's an extra 12,000 calories just burned just from getting your steps. Alongside a calorie deficit, you can lose 3 to 4 pounds of body fat just being in a deficit and getting your steps in. Simple math, it adds up. You gotta just put the work in. Number 4, and this is my favorite part because y'all know how I get down every single day. Every single day I'm out here. Some days I walk it, some days I run it. Both days I'm out here, and I want you to do the same. Spend 60 minutes per day doing low impact, low intensity cardio. Listen, doesn't have to be a run, doesn't have to be no high jump, burpee, none of that. Doesn't have to be a skip. It just needs to be a walk in about zone 2. Of course, you're gonna speed it up a bit because you're ready to get done, but try to maintain about zone 2 if you can for that good fat loss. But that's gonna be the key. It's gonna take you from where you are to where you wanna be. Get to walking 60 minutes a day. If you can't do it for 60 minutes straight, split it up. 30 minutes before work, 30 minutes after work. But it's no excuses. No excuses. That's number 4. And number 5, y'all know I preach this to y'all just about every single day. You need weight. Muscle burns fat, period. Three times a week, 45 minutes to 1 hour is all you need. You don't need 7 days a week. You need to spend that extra time in the kitchen getting that food together. 3 days a week, 4 to 6 good exercises, compound movements, 45 to 60 minutes. You on fire. I'm telling you, muscle burns fat. First of all, it's gonna build that shape for you. So make sure you get that going. And number 7, and most people won't and can't and won't do it, you got to give up alcohol. I'm talking about for 3 months straight, especially if you're saying you got all these things against you that stop you from dropping fat. Give it the alcohol for 90 days. Starting today, they'll lead you right into Halloween. You can still have a little fun with your family and friends, but you have to put the work in now so that you can become a better person, so that you can get the results that you want, and you can work against all the odds that are against you. So we are eating out less than 1 time a week, 1 time or less, y'all say. 1 time or no times, and absolutely no alcohol. That's number 7.
Losing weight is so much more than just the number on the scale. It's a mental, emotional, and physical transformation. Whenever I first started my journey, I thought that weight loss would instantly bring me confidence and happiness and self-love. And here is a few things that are the reality of having a major transformation like that. You don't automatically love your body at your goal weight. I thought that once I'd hit my goal weight, I would feel confident and comfortable in my skin. And the truth of that is that body dysmorphia is real. It's been 5 years, and I still sometimes see myself at 300 pounds, 280. It takes time for the mind to catch up with the physical changes, and loving yourself is an inside job. It's not a number on the scale. Weight loss alone does not fix your self-esteem. People glamorize weight loss and they don't talk about what happens after. Loose skin, stretch marks that doesn't go away. Your body is changing, and that's okay. Learning to embrace the new version of yourself with the imperfections and all is a part of the journey. I used to be a lot harder on myself because I had hit my goal weight and I still didn't look how I wanted to look because of the loose skin. And I had this idea in my mind of what I would look like once I hit 120 pounds or 130 pounds, and what I was seeing in the mirror did not reflect that. And so I thought that it wasn't good enough. It has taken many years and a lot of reality checks to understand that at 280 pounds, I would have done anything to look like I do now. And I need to appreciate the body that I'm in and all that it does for me, and treat it with love. Our relationship with food and exercise will change. Weight loss isn't just eat less and move more. It's about healing your relationship with food and the understanding that food is fuel and that we need it for our body to function at its highest capacity. I don't look at food as a reward or a punishment. I look at it as fuel.
No one talks about the part where you're doing every single thing right. You're eating better, you're walking more, you're staying more consistent, and the scale either won't move or it goes up. And that's when most people quit, right? Because they think it's not working. Here's the truth. Your body is testing you. This is the battle. It's you versus your old habits, your hormones, your stress, your sleep, everything. And the question is, who's going to give up first? You or your body? Because weight loss is not linear. No, there's something called a paper towel effect, and we all know this. We all know this. You rip off one every single day, and for weeks it looks like nothing's happening. But one day, you turn around and half of that roll is gone, right? That's what fat loss is like. So if you feel stuck or like nothing's changing, don't quit. That's actually the part you're supposed to push through. That's the part that no one glamorizes, but it's the part that makes or breaks you. So stay locked in. The results always catch up to you.
Nobody really tells you about the shock that you'll experience after losing weight. The fact that people treat you so differently after dropping pounds is crazy to me, and it needs to be studied. Like, I was 289 pounds at one point in time, y'all, and I never was really insecure. At that point in time, my platform was at as big as I had over 200,000 across all my platforms from doing makeup. That's like a little fun fact about me. I used to be a beauty influencer. However, so I always got attention. I always felt seen. However, it wasn't until I lost weight that I realized, damn, I kind of felt invisible. I feel like society does not treat fat people with the same respect that they treat normal sized people or regular sized people. So it's like when you become more aesthetically pleasing to the eye of men and just people in general, women and men treat you differently. Like, it used to be women who would never try to be friends with me who look to be friends with me now and engage me first. It used to be men who I know a type that will go for me, and I could clearly know that guy is not the type that'll go for me, but now that guy wants me. He wants to go for me. It's also crazy to me that people who I knew in my personal life, people who I knew personally from before when I was overweight at 289 pounds, how they treated me and how they treat me now. It is so crazy. It needs to be studied. It really genuinely makes me, and this is just my opinion, it genuinely makes me feel like the compliments y'all give fat people are not for them. Like, it feels like people used to compliment me out of like sympathy because they thought I felt bad about my weight or I was insecure at any point in time, and I wasn't. It feels like y'all give sympathy and pity. Oh, you look cute today, or y'all think y'all be doing charity work when y'all compliment a fat person. And it's crazy because it wasn't until I lost weight that I realized that. And now that's why I tell you I'm a big girl. I'm a big girl in a small body, because being fat gave me so many intangibles and showed me how people in the world really are, and losing weight could never change that. I see you for exactly who you are a mile away. Like, there's a specific like guy type that tries to like address me and like talk to me, that I know for a fact that if I was 289 pounds, you wouldn't even approach me. Now, mind y'all, I'm married, but I got married at my heaviest weight. My husband married me at my heaviest weight. So there's an arch type of man that would appreciate me at that weight as well as at this weight. Although I think my husband, of course, I think he prefers me being this way. We're not even gonna cap like he don't. But I'm just saying. So it's just like, it just feels like fat people don't get genuine praise and appreciation and compliments.
I don't know who exactly needs to hear this, but you need to lose the weight. As someone who's lost over 240 pounds, I can tell you that being overweight is blocking your blessing. Not a lot of people are going to tell you this. Everyone on social media is too consumed with being politically correct. They don't want to say the wrong thing. But I'm going to let you know. The key to reaching your potential is prioritizing your health and losing the weight. And scene.
Things that changed when I lost weight. As someone who has lost over 80 pounds, my face changed so much. My acne cleared up. Not only that, I look so much more younger now than what I did when I first started losing weight. Another thing that changed was being able to see certain bone structures I wasn't able to see before, like my collarbones or lower back dimples. Also, my hyperpigmentation cleared up drastically, along with skin tags. I completely stopped getting new skin tags, and the ones I had fell off on their own. I receive so many questions about my stomach and if I have loose skin. I do have loose skin, but I have very little due to weightlifting and genetics. I don't really like showing skin, but I'm gonna show my stomach for the purpose of the video. This is what it currently looks like, still nowhere near my goal. My cellulite reduced so much. I still do have some, but it's very minimal now.
Here are 5 things that you don't want to hear about weight loss, but that you need to know. And look, if you can't handle the truth, then I suggest you just skip this video, because I'm about to give it to you real. The first thing is, you haven't lost any weight because of you. Look, the weight is not going to start coming off until you put in effort and you're consistent. I don't care how many TikTok videos you save. I don't care how many diets you write down. If you don't follow the plan, you're not going to lose weight. It's simple as that. And if you say, oh, well, I can't really get active right now, that's okay. You can at least eat in a calorie deficit. Eating a calorie deficit is going to help you lose weight, whether you're fully active or not. So you're still fat right now because of yourself. The second thing is, weight loss is not going to happen overnight. I don't care how many videos you look up on TikTok, how to lose 10 pounds in a week, how to lose 10 pounds in a day. No. It might happen, but look, that's not sustainable and that's not healthy. We want healthy, sustainable weight loss. So what you need to do is get in a healthy calorie deficit and follow a plan that you can be consistent with. Because I promise, eating 1 egg a day to lose 10 pounds in a week is not sustainable and it's not going to last for a long time. So yeah, you might lose 10 pounds in that 1 week, but then you're going to gain 20 pounds in the next week and you're going to be back at square one. So look up something that's sustainable and that you can actually follow. The third thing is, you're being too nice to yourself. Yes, self-love is amazing. We love that. But if you're telling yourself, oh, I look good, I don't need to lose the weight, or I can just wait till next week, that's your issue, okay? Because you're going to keep pushing it back week after week and you're never going to lose weight. So sometimes it's okay to look in the mirror and be like, dang, you look huge. You need to lock in. What can I do to start hitting my weight loss goals? Stop being so nice to yourself. You already know you're cute. So stop telling yourself you're cute and tell yourself that you look big like you actually do. And it's time to lock in, because that's the only way that you're actually going to lose weight.
The fourth thing is eating healthy does not always mean losing weight. You can eat 5 healthy things a day that exceed your calorie deficit and you're not going to lose weight. So you need to make sure you're eating meals that falls within your calorie deficit, because that is how you lose weight. And also, some of those meals that you think are healthy probably aren't even healthy. Like that salad you ate that was drenched in salad dressing that was 100 calories per serving that you just poured over it wasn't healthy. You have to make sure that you're counting the calories of everything down to the dressings, the oils, or everything. Because I promise 9 times out of 10, your salad not even that healthy because the dressing just screwed you over. And number 5, the biggest thing and the biggest excuse, but you do have time. Stop saying, oh, I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to meal prep. Yes, you do. It only takes 30 minutes to an hour today to either meal prep or get active. So those 30 minutes while you just laying on your couch, laying in your bed, scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on your phone, that is the time that you can be using to get one step closer to your weight loss goals, because you're using that time to save videos of everybody else that lost weight when you could be the one actually losing weight. So just make sure you're being intentional with your timing. And if you see yourself just scrolling, laying in the bed and realize you haven't did anything to get one step closer to your weight loss goals, use that time to get up and actually do something that's going to help you lose weight.
When you lose the weight and you get tea, your body get tea, you better not forget where the hell you came from. Because there's like so many people that will come your way when you start to lose the inches, lose the pounds, and the waist going in, the ass going out. It's gonna be people knocking at your door like, hello, let me in. You better not open the fucking door, and you better stay with the people that was there for you during the worst times. Remember that. So don't be falling for that ego trap. This should be a self-love journey. You should be around people that love you and make you feel good about yourself. Because the moment you fall and you go for somebody that's superficial and narcissistic, you're going to lose all the progress you've made.
I've lost a total of 75 pounds within 10 months, and here's how I did it. Get straight to the point. It literally just consists of 2 things: a calorie deficit and exercise. So when I first started out, I only did cardio. I ordered a walking pad and walked 10,000 steps every single day, sometimes 20,000, but I walked so much that my walking pad actually overheated probably like 4 months in to using it. And yes, I did oil it. Okay. But anyways, within those 3 to 4 months that I was walking on my walking pad, I lost about, I'm gonna say, almost 30 pounds. And after that, I felt a little more comfortable to actually start going to the gym. And then at the gym, I started incline walking, 15% incline for 1 hour on 3 miles per hour. And I stuck with that routine for another 2 months, I believe, before I started actually strength training and doing Pilates. Now I go to the gym 5 times a week. I strength train 5 times a week and also do cardio after every workout. For my diet, I have been on a calorie deficit for a while, ever since I started. And then once I got to a good weight, I actually stopped. I increased my calories a little bit, trying to grow my glutes back, which I did. Yeah. You're trying to lose weight and you're not on a calorie deficit, you're not gonna get anywhere. I promise you that. I've also gotten a lot of questions about loose skin after weight loss, and I did have some, especially under my arms, but it's not bad anymore. It's not like, you see what I mean? You see what I mean? I think Pilates and strength training did tone it up a lot, but also the high protein that I was eating. Everybody loses weight at their own pace. Everybody's body is different. I tend to lose weight a little fast, if you consider it fast. But I also had a goal for myself. I set a goal and I made sure to work hard enough to get to that goal weight. And now that I've reached it, I love it here. So get to walk in and start eating on that calorie deficit.
When you lose weight, your skinny friends act weird as fuck. They need to be studied. They be shook when you lose weight. Like when you start getting male attention and everything, like it's like they can't take it. It's like they're not used to it. I remember I was in the car with my ex-best friend. It was her nigga and it was her nigga friend. So it was like a little, like a 2-man, I guess. So I'm in the back seat with the nigga and she in the passenger seat and her nigga is in the driver's seat. So tell me why something possessed this girl to start pulling up old videos of me when I was big. Just embarrassing, cringy ass videos. And I'm just laughing, like I'm high and I'm drunk and stuff. I'm laughing and stuff and I'm trying to cover the dude's eyes and stuff because I don't want him to look at me when I was big and I was hit. Like I don't want him to see that shit. I look good now. It don't matter what I look like back then.
Clocked.
What I look like right now.
Bad bitch.
What is giving right now?
Now you a bad
Clocked.
bitch.
Right.
Yeah,
and I'm just thinking about this the other day, like, She low-key had me fucked up. Like, why would she do that? And it's like, she didn't just show one video. This girl was showing 3 videos. It went from 3 videos to 4 videos to 5 videos. Why would you do that? Why would you do that in front of this nigga? It's given, oh yeah, she look cute, but this is what she used to look like. And you wasn't doing it like, oh, she look good now. She look good now, though. It was just like, yeah, this what she used to look like. Yeah. She did me dirty. That was foul as fuck.
Don't let nobody tell you that losing weight ain't a big deal. Yes, the hell it is. I don't care if it's 10 pounds. I don't care if it's 5 pounds. I don't care if it's 38 pounds. I don't care if it's 65, 150. Losing weight, it is a big deal. I don't care. And it's so hard to do, bro. It's hard, extremely hard, especially with the American diet. Do not let people downplay what you have accomplished. I don't care if it's 3 pounds. Good damn job. Like, seriously, bro, it's so hard out here, man. Listen, you talking to a person that lost 76 pounds in the last 11 months. This crap was tough. So, yeah, bro, nah, don't let nobody talk you down. Go to that gym. Continue to lose that weight. I don't care if it's 3 pounds. Keep going.
Lose the weight. I cannot tell you how different your life is going to be. You have to practice something called delayed gratification. Look it up. I'll do a separate video explaining it. Weight loss will change your life. It will completely change your life. You will see exactly how different people treat you when you go from being out of shape to in shape. It is a completely different world. As someone that's lost 100 pounds, my life has changed tremendously. From work to basic interactions with people to how I get treated on a day-to-day basis, it has changed completely. Lose the weight. Anyone telling you that you look fine, tell them to shut up and mind their business. Lose the weight.
I don't care what anybody says. Lose the weight. Just lose the weight. Everybody loves to not tell you when you're not looking good, and they just love to call you beautiful, even though you can still be beautiful and overweight, but just lose the weight. You will see how different you get treated when you lose the weight. Actually, you won't even want to talk to the same men that you used to talk to once you lose the weight. Yeah, just lose the weight.
So I lost 60 pounds last year, and a lot of people want to know like how my life has changed since losing that weight. And a lot of people talk about how people treat them better because they're smaller, or they get to wear the clothes that they want to wear. You can see their jawline, whatever. For me, the most invaluable thing was the confidence that I gained from being consistent. For a long time, I could not be consistent in the gym. I would buy fruits and vegetables just for them to rot in my fridge and for me to never eat them or cook them. But once it finally clicked into my brain that like this was something that I needed to do desperately, and I got consistent and started to see progress and achieve my goals, that consistency is what gave me confidence. It gave me confidence because consistency is a skill that I now use in other areas of my life. And so now I can trust myself to show up for myself and do the things that I say I'm going to do for myself and for other people in my life. So if you are on a like fitness, weight loss, lifestyle journey right now, or you're trying to pass an exam, get a promotion at work, literally anything, doing what you say you're going to do is not only going to help you achieve your goals, but it's going to give you the confidence to achieve way more than you even thought was possible.
Let me tell y'all something that motivated me to get myself together as far as my appearance goes. About 4 summers ago, me and my husband and my daughters were on the beach sitting in this little area called Pier Park. I remember sitting there and watching this young girl walk by, and she just had these, at the time I didn't really understand it. Looking back now, she was just really fit. She had nice quads. She had just her physique was just, it was amazing. And at the time I was, this was like at the beginning of my journey. I can't remember whether or not I was in the gym by then or not, but I know that I was at least walking like 3.5 miles a few days out of the week. But I remember tapping my husband and I was like, see, look at her. That's how I want my body to look. That's what I want to look like. And I think just because he didn't want to hurt my feelings, he was just like, that girl's young. Do you realize how young that girl probably is? And I was just like, yeah, but, still, I never once felt like, I couldn't have a nice body. I just more so felt like I needed to learn what to do to get it. And mind you, this is exactly how I would dress whenever I was going on the beach around this time. And I'm not saying that I couldn't have worn a swimsuit or something like that, but I just didn't feel confident. I didn't feel like I would look good in one. In fact, I know that I wouldn't have, so I just didn't. And now fast forward. One time, my husband and I went out with a family member, and they had a nice looking girlfriend with them. And now, mind you, me and this young lady, we didn't have a lot of age difference between us. But when I looked at myself and then looked at her, I was just like, I gotta do something. I was always a happy person, but you could just tell by the way I was dressed compared to how this young lady was dressed that my confidence was shot. And like I always state, I'm humble enough to know that fat doesn't always equal ugly, but I'm just too vain to like the way that it looked on me. Once I had got up to 247 pounds, the easiest way for me to think about it was that, you know, in reality, I was 53 pounds from 300. And hadn't I just had like a, you know, an aha moment? If I would have continued, you know, going down the path that I was going on with eating the way that I was and not trying to get a grip, there is no doubt in my mind that it's been almost 5 years now, I probably would be at least 300 pounds, if not a little bit more. A lot of people like to have this perception about someone like myself or just people that's, you know, lost a significant amount of weight that we become fat phobic. But because I know what it's like to be on both ends of the spectrum, being overweight and now just being at a decent weight, life is better when you lose the weight. When it comes to food, all things in moderation, and the easiest way to learn how to do this and making sure that you succeed is learning how to track calories and eating your goal body weight in protein. What I mean by your goal body weight in protein, let's say that you're 280 pounds, but if you want to weigh 180 or 200 pounds, let's try to eat 180 grams in protein. You don't have to love weightlifting or the gym like I do or like you see other influencers do. But I would advise you to at least get up off of your butt and take, 45 minutes to an hour or 30 minutes, just 30 minutes, at least 3 to 5 days out of the week and go for a walk. Slow motion is better than no motion. Not even I just woke up one day and decided, oh, I'm going straight to the gym and it's on from there. I actually started out with at-home workouts for months. And then from there, I'll walk probably about 7 to 9 months, somewhere in between that little time frame for 3.5 miles, 3 to 4 days out of the week. And then later on, when I decided I wanted more, I stepped into the gym. And always remember, your why has got to be meaningful to you. It's got to be deeper than a vacation or trying to get into a wedding dress and silly little things like that. But then again, I can't say that because a lot of people will, it may be health or whatever. Mine is just overall vanity.
This might be a little controversial to say, but losing weight did make me happier. Looking back now, I did not realize when I gained weight how self-conscious I was constantly about every little thing I was doing. I feel like it made me compare myself more to people. It made me question what I put on more. There was a lot of stuff I wouldn't wear. I would sit down, I was covering my stomach constantly. I was constantly playing with my shirt and pulling it out so it wasn't sitting directly on my stomach, little stuff like that. And now that I don't do that and I'm not self-conscious, and I feel like there's just a new confidence that I found after I lost weight. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for I definitely think you should love yourself regardless of where you're at. But I can definitely say I became happier now that I'm smaller. I've never been excited for summer like I am now. I've never been excited to go try on new clothes. There's a lot of stuff I was never excited for that I have found a new excitement for. I don't know, I feel like it just made me happier. There's a lot of stuff I don't worry about now that I am smaller and not super self-conscious all the time. I just live my life.
You're gonna piss off a lot of people when you start doing what's best for you. Do it anyway.
You know what they don't tell you about when you start losing weight? 2 things. When you take your pictures and you take pictures of you going out and you see how you look in your fit and you look so skinny, so snatched. Oh my God.
I looked so tea. But the grip of when you're trying to buy clothes and you kind of still hold on to your old size. Because technically, I am no longer a large, I'm a medium. But by default in my brain, I can't help but buy a large and stuff. And then when it comes and then it's baggy, now I'm like, what the fuck? So I don't know, it's like a mental illness. But I'm going to the gym in less than 45 minutes.
People that make you mad or angry or giving you a hard time, don't bother wasting any energy or time on them. Just put it back into yourself and level up. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about this today because I get a lot of people asking me, well, how do I deal with this and how do I deal with that? And how do I get over a breakup? Someone did me wrong. Don't focus on that because you can't change that. It's already done. You shouldn't want to change somebody who left you anyway. So focus on yourself and put all that anger and energy back into yourself to make yourself even better so that eventually you're out of their league. Eventually you'll ask yourself, what did I ever see in that person? Or eventually you'll ask yourself, why was I even dealing with people like that? So what you got to do is just put it back into yourself. Do not give your energy away to other people. If you give it away to other people, then you're losing precious energy, time, and, stuff that you could be using to focus on yourself. It takes a lot of effort to really, focus on another whole being than to focus on, making your life what you want it to be.
All right, so you might get upset with me when I say this, but lose the weight. Lose the weight. Lose the weight, sis. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you eat 200 grams of protein a day. I don't care if you work out in the gym 5-7 days a week. I don't care if you take the GLP-1 shot. I don't care if you do the lap band surgery, the gastro surgery, the BBL surgery. I don't care how you do it. That's your choice, your prerogative, your decision. But lose the weight. Almost a year ago, I actually think it's been about 7 or 8 months now, I finally decided to make a decision to help me lose the weight that I had gained over a period of 3-4 years, something like that. I was at my highest weight that I had ever been in my entire life, growing up all the way up until 18, 19. I was barely 110 pounds. Then I got my happy weight. I got married at 20. I had children at 23 and 27, all of that. But I still felt like, okay, I'm in my little grown woman weight. And then my 30s hit and everything went out of control. Even with all of that, I didn't think that I was as big as I actually was. And probably last year, I took a really hard look at myself in the mirror and I thought, this is sloppy. This does not look good. And the decisions that I decided to lose the weight, it wasn't necessarily a big vanity thing. The biggest reason why I decided to lose weight is because when it comes to business, how you are perceived is how people decide to do business with you, right? So if you put me in a room of a lot of entrepreneurs and you line us up, 9 times out of 10, people are going to choose, if they don't know anything else about you, they're going to choose to do business with you based on aesthetics and aesthetics alone. Okay. How does your hair look? How does your face look? How does your body look? Do you look like you're in shape? Do you look like you take care of yourself, which translates to you can take care of your business, which translates to you can take care of me and I can do business with you. So a lot of the decisions that I made surrounding that wasn't about being pretty or, did my husband want to be with me no more, baby? Because the man loves everything about me. And as Lizzo said, I've been fat and I've been skinny and they still ain't messing with me. But it was around business. Ever since people started to notice that I have lost a significant amount of weight, I think at this point I've lost about 50 pounds of weight. Wow. I always knew people treat you better when you're smaller. I always knew that. But when I say the dynamic of
like my influence has grown. People seem to just trust me and my recommendations, which I feel like they always did. Like I've always had some level of influence, but not on a large scale, right? I don't have 20, 30, 40, 50,000 followers, so on and so forth. But I've always had amazing influence, right? Because people trust my recommendations and my recommendations are good. But losing the weight, some kind of way translates to people trust me more. Not only that, I feel better. My knees don't hurt anymore. Girl, my knees were hurting. Get all that fluid from around your knees. Okay. I have more energy. I actually enjoy being around my kids. I'm not mad at life like I was. Because it's one thing to just be going through depression and anxiety and all these things. It's another thing to be going through that and being fat and not feeling good, not feeling comfortable, not having the energy that you need to do the things that you need to do. So I'm not saying this to offend you if you are, naturally big bone, you've been big all your life, whatever the case may be. I get it, sis. I've had people in my family that have been like that all their life as well. But if you have options, whatever that option is, lose the weight. Lose the weight. Stop procrastinating. Because that's all that perfection paralysis. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to start here. I'm going to do it. Girl, forget all of that. Lose the weight. If you wonder why every time you walk into a room, it feels like people are ignoring you, it feels like you're invisible, it feels like you're not confident enough to walk up to people and start a conversation, you're tired of going into dressing rooms and nothing fits, you're tired of having to pass by certain stores whose clothes you actually like, but they ain't got nothing for you, like whatever the case may be, lose the weight.
I think women are, okay, honest opinion. I think women listen to other people too much instead of themselves. Okay? I think women spend too much time worrying about other people instead of themselves. And that's where it all went wrong. When you get in that mirror and you take the time every day to glow up, you need to be giving yourself affirmations or telling yourself you cute, listening to your theme music or whatever. Your villain music, I don't care. You need to hype yourself up more than everyone else pushes expectations on you and doubt in your mind. You need to be doing the most back for yourself so it never sinks in, because some of y'all just let people's opinions get to you and you don't do nothing about it. You just sit there and take it. Girl, I'm my best hype person. Nobody has to tell me nothing. I already know. I am my best hype person, and if somebody else tells me something different, I done told myself stuff so much I just be laughing. It's like, well, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But after years and years and years of somebody putting doubt in your mind, making you feel less than, you have to every day do the opposite and hype yourself up. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You don't hype yourself up and nobody else is hyping you up, then no wonder a lot of women feel that way. Hype yourself up.
Losing weight will change your life. You will be a new person. To remind you, I lost 100 pounds naturally. And when I tell you, I am not the same person that I was before. Listen all the way up, sis. For starters, when you're dropping fat, losing weight, people say, oh, don't change when you drop that. Oh, no. You think I work this hard to stay the same? No, I want you to put the work in so you can become a new person. They're going to wonder how and why and how did you do it and how long it took. All the while you're putting the work in, not letting the time pass, because time goes regardless if you put the work in or not. Change your life, sis. Change your life. Secondly, people will definitely treat you different. It's a whole different respect factor. Your discipline will show up in your face, the way you act, the way you think, the way you move, the way your body looks, okay? Discipline is a whole different ball game, and most people cannot grasp the concept of it. So if you can, and you can transform your entire life from the inside out, that's people going to respect you on a whole different level. I'm trying to tell you, this is coming from somebody who's been nearly 300 pounds her entire life. And now I won't see over 175 on any day. Right now I'm running in about 148, 150, but I will never be over 175 again in my life. I dropped off a whole body. Yes, I'm different. Yes, I put the work in. Yes, you got to respect it. And lastly, when you start to drop weight and you build a new lifestyle, I'm not gonna lie, your whole life will change. Aside from fitness, the way you move, your friends, how you hang. Because what's happening is I can't let anything stop me from continuously reaching my goals. You can't stop me from missing this session because you want to go do this and do that. I can't do that with you today. You can't stop me from doing my cardio because you want to go do this and that and this and that. I can't do that with you today. Drop the weight and watch your entire lifestyle change, and that's okay. You can become a different person in this lifetime. And I hope this video gave you some insight on how to become a totally unrecognizable person. And if it did, I want you to comment hard below, and let's get unrecognizable together.
They might not tell you, but I'm gonna tell you. When you start eating gas station hot dogs, you're going too far. You've taken it too far.
The longer you stay on the wrong train, the more expensive it is to get home. And no, this isn't about trains.
Answer me this. If no one ever noticed, would you keep going?
Y'all know something that I've found out since I've lost weight? Everything you thought was true, bitch, is because you're fat. The way I've been getting treated different, motherfuckers coming at me, dealing with me, I said, oh my God. It was really because I was fat. I wasn't making this shit up in my head.
Lose the weight. This is deeper than just the appearance. Having weight on you is literally a sign of something going on. It can be health problems. It can be mental health problems. If you're a mom, not only is you suffering, but your kids are suffering. And the reason why they're suffering is because simply you're operating at a lower frequency. So it's things that you should be doing as a mom, but you're not doing it because of the weight. A lot of people think, oh, weight is just about appearance. No, it bothers you mentally. You don't go to certain places. Like, when the last time y'all took y'all kids to a park, a water park? When the last time y'all took family pictures? And when was the last time y'all actually been to a fair? When was the last time you took them to an actual park and ran around a park with them and have fun with them, chase after them, take pictures, make videos? When was the last time y'all did that? Being overweight is deeper than just the looks. It's literally a mental thing. And I'm being as serious with y'all as I started being serious with myself. I don't get on here and tell TikTok my business like that, but I have a son. My son is now 16, and I have missed out on so much fun that my son and I could have had and created memories because I let my weight hinder me. I didn't want nobody seeing me because I was embarrassed. Your kids do not deserve that. My son did not deserve that. My son did not deserve that at all, and your kids don't deserve it neither. They didn't ask to be here, and it's like life goes on. It's not going to stop. Time doesn't wait on nobody. Do I regret it? Yes. But now that I'm where I am at now, and he's 16, yes, we're going to go places. No, we're not going to get the time back that I done wasted because I blame me. It's my fault that I didn't take the right steps to eat right, to change my appearance, to change how I think about food. It's my fault. It's not his fault. But think about this. The sooner you make a decision to change your life, change your health habits, the sooner it will be that you and your kids can live life like how y'all really is supposed to. And I'm not even saying that everybody thinks like that or operates like that. That's something that I did. That's something that I went through because of my health, my weight. Some people simply can't even get off of the couch without needing help because of their weight. So they can't go out and have fun with their kids. They can't go run around the park. Some people can't even go to work and have to sit around and wait for a check every month because of their weight. People have serious stuff going on around here, but you have to change your mental to make better food decisions. That's all it is. Once you change your mental state and start eating better, life gets better. You get lighter. You feel lighter. You look good. So stop sitting around waiting and making excuses on, oh, I love this. This is my favorite food. That favorite food is going to be the reason why you're going to be in the hospital on bed rest or literally at home, and your kids is going to be burying you very, very soon at a young age. Stop sitting around and thinking that it's okay, because it's not okay. It's not. Start making better food decisions, and I promise you guys, your life is going to get better. There isn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Your life is going to get better. You're going to start glowing.
I'm gonna be honest, this weight loss shit, you gotta do it for yourself. Because niggas still love me and I'm fat. They love me and I'm still white as outside. So that can't be the reason or the motivation for me losing weight. It gotta be for me. They still love me.
During your weight loss journey, don't get lazy once you lose a certain amount of weight to where it's noticeable. You're not at your goal yet. Understand you're excited, but don't get caught up being overly excited to where you start working towards your max goals. Be excited, yes, applaud yourself, but keep going. A lot of y'all get stuck at a certain weight number because you simply lost a lot of weight to where you and other people can notice and you start to slack. That's not your end goal, so stay focused.
As someone who's lost over 70 pounds, who's been through yo-yos, who has had orthorexia, who's just been through the whole plateau thing, let me give you my best tips when it comes to losing weight within a few months and keeping it off. Okay, first things first, you're gonna go into your cupboard and whatever chips, processed stuff, anything that is processed, anything that you look at the back and you can't even understand what the ingredients are, you're gonna not eat them. You're just gonna stop eating them, and that includes breads and pastas and pastries as well. Listen, and like I said, these are my tips. So yeah, it's either you want them or you don't. So you're gonna stop eating processed foods completely for maybe like 1 or 2 months consistently. And even if you can't do it consistently and you have cheat days, just don't even think about those cheat days. Just make sure that the next day when you wake up, you just head right back on track. Since you've gotten rid of all your processed foods, you're also going to get rid of all of your sodas and all of your sugars. You're going to swap your sugars with agave, honey, coconut sugar, because those are low glycemic index and those will not raise your blood sugar and your blood pressure and everything like that. So you're going to swap your sugars with healthy sugars. You're also going to reduce your salt intake for the day. All right, so you're going to be eating your whole unprocessed foods. You're going to be making sure that you're cooking your foods at home. If somebody asks you to go out to eat, that's fine, but just don't make it a consistent thing because you're trying to be consistent with eating clean. So you're going to be cooking your food at home. And one of the main important things is that when you cook, you don't cook with seed oils. You're not cooking with vegetable oil, canola oil, any of those kind of oils. You're going to be cooking with good oils such as avocado, cold pressed coconut oil, or just don't use any oil at all. Get a non-stick pan, obviously. Swap sodas for probiotic sodas, kombuchas, stuff like that. Also remember to read the ingredients and read the sugar levels that they have in each thing. Next thing is find a very good and very easy workout routine. I have one posted on my YouTube channel if you want one that's very easy and effective, but find a very easy workout plan that's going to be very achievable to you or very attainable for you throughout the week. Don't set your standards too high and don't set your goals too high either. Just make sure that it's something that you definitely know that, okay, I can do this consistently for a while until I can change it up a little bit and make it a little bit more intense, or just kind of suit it to yourself once you kind of get in a motion of how to work out and how to move your muscle. Probiotic. Please make sure that you find a good probiotic. Take a probiotic every morning when you wake up. Take a probiotic because you need to be healing your gut as well. Healing your gut is one of the most important things you can do when it comes to lose weight. So you can be doing everything else, eating clean, doing the workouts, but if your gut health is off balance, that kind of throws everything off and make you not see progress. So make sure that you're taking a probiotic. If you feel munchy in the nighttime, get fruit. Just make sure that you have a lot of fruit at your house and a lot of dark chocolate, because dark chocolate is good for flavonoids. It's good with flavonoids. It's good for anti-aging. It's good for all of that. So dark chocolate and berries is a really good snack, as well as Greek yogurt, honey, and you can make your own sweet treats at home as well. But just make sure that you're finding very, very good alternatives instead of going to buy these processed stuff, and avoid red 40. Avoid artificial colors in general.
I get a lot of comments of people stating that, oh, staying on the treadmill for 2 hours is too long. Oh, I get bored. Oh, it's not fun. And mind you, this is simply walking, right? You don't have to walk on a treadmill. You can incorporate a lot of walking in your daily lifestyle. That way it becomes a little bit more like manageable, like easy. Like for me, for example, when I first started, I live like right next to a grocery store, right? And I would walk to a grocery store. When I first started, like it was so like uncomfortable for me because I used to take my car everywhere. But then I realized, okay, the grocery store is only half a mile away. If I go and then come back, that's already what, 30 minutes of walking. That's already what, probably about 4,000, 5,000 steps just in one trip. So what I would do is when I go to the grocery store to buy like food and stuff like that, I wouldn't buy in bulk. I would buy a little bit, which would force me to go to the grocery store so often. I used to go to the grocery store just to get this. And I would get it like maybe 2 or 3 at a time. I used to go to the grocery store just to get water because I used to buy those like one, I still do. I buy like 1 gallon rather than the small, bottle of waters. I buy a gallon, and I go to the grocery store, I walk to the grocery store, which is what, 15 minutes away. I walk, I come back, I buy those 1 gallon, 2 of them, and I carry them home. Literally, I carry them home. So I try to create those challenges for myself to make this a lifestyle rather than something that I just do once in a while. I stopped taking the elevator. I would take the stairs every time, even today. Till this day, I don't take the elevator. I mean, unless I have heels or I'm going somewhere, you know what I mean? But like on a regular, I try to create those challenges for myself. And it makes it like very, very easy. Just incorporating those changes makes it a lifestyle rather than something that you just do here and there, and it works. So if you feel like you don't want to go to a treadmill and you feel like that activity, walking, you know, indoors on a treadmill is boring for you, you can definitely do it on a daily basis, however you want. Walk around your apartment, walk outside. If you don't have anywhere to go walk your dog for a little bit longer than what you normally would. Walk to the grocery store. If you know, okay, I need to tell you this, right? I love Velvet Taco. If you're in Texas, you know, right? And it's 1 mile away. It is 1 mile away. I told myself, because the tacos are pretty high in calories, right? I told myself that, you know what, I am craving Velvet Taco right now. I do not want to use DoorDash. I refuse to take my car. If I really want that taco, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk to Velvet Taco to get that taco. And it's what? 1 mile. I did it once and I've never been back to that place. I have never been back to that place because I just think of the challenge of getting there. It's hard. Walking 1 hour just to eat one taco is hard. So I asked myself, is it worth it? Do I want it that bad? And if right now I wanted the taco, I would walk there to get it. But because I feel like I don't want to walk for 1 hour, so I'm not having the taco. I'm going to make a home cooked meal and call it a day. If I want to really get the taco, I am going to walk. So those are some examples of how you can create challenges in your life to, support your weight loss journey.
The biggest shift this time around was up here. Number one, I wasn't in a rush. My focus was like, I want to lose weight in the most sustainable way possible so that I can keep the weight off. I never used to think about that before. That was number one. Number two, I really had to come to a place of like healing a lot of the internal issues I had around the weight gain in the first place. One of the most significant changes I made is that I started from a place of love, gratitude, and acceptance of the body that I had at the time going into my weight loss journey. I feel like for me, at least, a lot of the failure to make choices that were sustainable and healthy in the long term came from a place of like resentment that I had internalized over time. So those are the two big things. Like, it really did start in the mind for me, and it made all the difference.
I believe this is the most important thing you need to do if you want to lose weight and keep the weight off. Number one, before anything, you need to make sure that your hormones are regulated, because your hormones tell your body what to do. So if you have any sort of hormonal imbalance, then your body is not going to work in your favor and your hormones are not going to do what they need to do. So that is key. That's number one before you want to either gain or lose weight. Number two, you need to be disciplined, okay? Everything starts with your mindset. Everything stems from your mindset. What do you believe is true? I believe that losing weight and gaining weight is super easy for me. And that is why I see the results really quickly, because I know in my mind there is nothing stopping me and there is nothing getting in my way. And I am very disciplined, okay? The key here is discipline. When losing weight, you need to be disciplined. You need to break any unhealthy habits that you have, like overeating when it's not necessary, eating junk food with no nutrients and it's not benefiting you, making sure that you are cutting out any junk food and you're adding healthy foods to your diet. That is what discipline and that is the mindset you need and the mentality you need in order to see the results. There is no slacking here. If you want to see results quick, you need to be on your Zoom, babe. Be on your Zoom, like for real. I know that's corny, but you need discipline. And not even just for losing weight, for anything in life. Like, you need discipline. Don't make any excuses for yourself and you know you can do it. Like, making excuses for yourself is just you saying, oh, whatever, it's okay. Like, if you really want to see change, trust me, guys, do not make excuses. I see so many comments of you guys making excuses, and it makes me so sad because anybody can achieve what I'm telling you. Like, anybody can achieve what I did.
Because the worst thing that you could do to yourself is not become the person that you could be in this lifetime.
If you are not physically fit, you are missing out on so much life. And I don't say this lightly. I spent probably my 15 to 21 years old of age on the larger end. You miss out on so much. Boy, if I wish I could turn back the clock and understand what I was doing to myself. I had no idea. I was a child, right? But if I could see where my life could have been if I had spent those 6 years on the bigger side of the world, I am telling you, it is completely different. If you've spent, more than 2-3 years at a time and you've gotten physically fit, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It changes you to the core, definitely. Get physically fit. It will change everything. If you're a parent, you'll be there for your kids. If you are a 20-year-old girl, you will see life open up for you. I'm not talking about male attraction or anything. I'm talking about in every aspect. You will treat yourself differently. I can promise you that.
Obese is not okay. Overweight is okay. And you can't steal somebody's man. You can't collect a bag, be a trophy wife if you are obese. You got to lose some weight until you're at least overweight. There is a threshold between being obese and overweight. That's fine. Okay. You thick if you're overweight. But if you're obese, that's not thick and that's not plus size anymore. That's obese. Okay. You may look overweight, but health wise, you may be obese. If you see yourself slipping, if you have let yourself go, don't let yourself all the way go. Grab yourself and get back to where you need to be, look wise, health wise, whatever. I let myself go and I took myself and I pulled it back. And a lot of people can do that. And I know if I can do it, you can do it. There's one thing for me to sit up here and tell you this and that, but I've been through it. So those of you who are obese, there is no shortcuts. You got to lose some weight until you're at least overweight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Baddies, pose for me. Ass fat, slim, thick, no tummy. I'm too